Hey guys, and welcome to the Hoffington Post. I am Theodore Hoffman, and I'm with a man that I have known for time, a man that's been very, very, very consistent in the music game, and he's always here inspiring. He's got his own shows as well, but I'm going to leave him to introduce himself, and then we're going to get into more about his journey.
Yeah, man. Theo, my guy, I've known you for a minute still.
Serious?
A good minute, bro. Like, I've seen, like, from kids, really.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, man, my name's Vital. I don't know, man. You know what's weird about interviews, yeah, or conversations, because that's what we are now, the conversations, yeah, is that the intro is a beautiful thing because I'm setting the tone for what people will think about me. Mm-hmm. You get me? Even me starting it like this.
Yeah,
you know, like,
serious? Because no one ain't done this yet.
But it's a deeper one because I can say, yeah, man, I do music, you know, and I really love that, and I can leave it as that. Mm-hmm. Or I can say, you know what, I create music for myself. Yeah. I've been doing that for a while, and I've been fortunate enough to allow myself to go certain places through music, you know, been funded in certain places, been supported, been managed, all these other things. And on top of that, I do something I call the 3M, so it's music, media, and mentoring. Mm-hmm. So the mentoring part is all the things I do, and that to me includes like the BBC show that I had, the lives that I do, because I like to interact with people, give support, receive support, and then share that energy. And then the media side is like everything that I do creatively in front of the camera, I also do behind the camera, so edit, mix down audio, just in the sense of creating things to kind of build whatever I've created, whether it's hosting or music. Yeah. So the 3Ms, bro, and I need to package that some way, to be honest. But like, that's what it is. That's what it is, though, bro. The 3Ms.
100%.
Trust me. But, yeah.
So when did you get into music?
29 now. I think I always go to the age 14 because that's the pivotal age where I feel like things made sense. I do think, actually, I've never said this, I think I started rapping before that. But when I was 14 is when I was like, I rap, like my name is Vital, like it was solidified. Man knew what I was on. I was helping my brethren. We was all working together. We was making something called Bad Man. I was putting out music. Like that was the age where I think, yo, man, spit bars. Like, don't question me, fam. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not,
I remember Bad Man still.
That went for like 3 years, from like 14 to 17, fam.
You didn't stop from there. You didn't stop.
You see, with Bad Man, and Bad Man was like, I don't know what to call it. We made t-shirts. We basically utilized the formula that Jamie was doing with Boy Better Know, but in the Midlands, fam. But the way that entity, that energy grew from t-shirts to music that Jay Ains was doing to animations and videos that Zio was doing, to music that me and Wesley was doing, to like lifestyle things that Dre and Vortex were doing as well. And it's like, if we really packaged that, but we had no one to, fam, it was so sick. And then like, I don't know if it was greed or indifferences, but things just like split away. But the sickest thing was still cool. Like, it's not like no one has no problem. We just live different lives, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, man, but that was beautiful. That was beautiful, trust me.
Quality, man. I remember them days, man, back in the day.
Sick, fam. No responsibilities.
No responsibilities. So, like, could you give us, like, some scenarios of, like, when you have had to push through, like, struggles? Because in reality, I believe anyway, the people that go through struggles are the most resilient. Yeah. And those are the people that can remain consistent under pressure, and then when they get what they get at the end, like what I'm trying to say is that they're the winners from my perspective.
I think you have to be, and if we talk about just you saying struggles, but the word resilience, I've been speaking on this word for a minute because as we grow, we look and search and find and understand ourselves better, and I think this year has allowed me to understand how resilient you have to be as a creative, especially when the creative industry becomes non-existent for people that are up and coming. Yeah. Because it's there, if you're a major, you're good. Like, people already know you, they're going to buy into you. But if you're still building, how do you build when, you can use the internet, and that's not a question, but it's more like, I come from being in town selling my CDs for £1 in front of Mackey's. Yeah. And I've learned to understand the social media world and the internet world. But when my foundation goes, it confuses a little bit what I've learned now, because I'm like, how do I transfer that? How do I use the internet to promote what? Download, not download, but buy what, go to what show? Like, so it's almost I've had to refine myself in the sense of like my techniques and my methods and just the way I basically pattern. So when we talk about resilience, bro, you said find like I could talk about bare things before, but this year clearly for me is the hardest, if not the second hardest time I've ever been through trying to pattern, because 2016, I remember I quit my part-time job and I was focused on music for like, no, I went to America. I don't know, I can't remember the word. I either went to America and come back, or I quit my part-time job, was like basically self-employed for like half a year. Then I went to America. Basically money was low, fam. You get me? And I had to like, I didn't quite figure how to catch myself back up in an entrepreneurial or self-employed sense. I didn't, so I had to get another part-time job just to kind of give myself time and make sense. You know what I mean? So I did that, but then it put me in a space of like, will I always need a part-time job? Will I always need, you know, that security? Even if I get paid from music for a big song for something that'll go.
Yeah.
So how do I keep that energy consistent? How do I, you know what I mean? And it was always the idea of like, stop working hard, work smart. Then more recently, I'm talking last 3 weeks, the conversations turned to like when I spoke to people about the idea of working smart. It's like, no, you have to do both.
Yeah.
Like you can't just sit back and work smart. You have to have done the hard part to even be able to have a conversation about the smart part. And don't get me wrong, I work hard, but there's no real end to working hard. Really,
Nah.
you have like again, this whole year has changed, so now I have to I'm gonna be smart about what I'm doing and work hard at it. You know what I mean? So again, this year now is the second time where I've like so I had a tour planned. I had shows and festivals that I was booked for. I had money coming in musically from loads of different spaces. I had plans to drop like a video that I did in Jamaica. I've still got it, bro. I ain't dropped it because my head ain't in a space to put that out and push it where it needs to go.
Yeah.
I just had all these like sick plans. I had my like you got your board there. I got my board, bro. And I was like, I write out the months and I write roughly what I'm gonna do. I never put dates, but I put roughly a time when it should be completed by. And then March come now, I did the first date of my show, the Give Thanks tour, and I did it in Wolverhampton. It was a gallery setting.
Yeah,
I
was there, man.
It was
sick.
fam, proper fam. And I was so happy because I was like, yeah, I've done a show in Wolverhampton, then I did another show in Wolverhampton. I'm like, doing the same thing when my maybe status hasn't gone way higher is a bit obsolete. And I'm very open with stuff like that. So I said, let me create so no one knows this, but that show was the first idea of what I ever wanted to do ever for a show.
Okay.
So I kind of went backwards to like my first idea. I'm like, you know, I've always wanted the gallery thing, and I tried to do it in art gallery, and it's all long and it just whatever, and I couldn't get the right dates. And then I was like, if I can dress this room for a certain way, it'll be like very niche and very like a cool like USB, like just a very, oh, what's this? I didn't even know this room was here. Like, you know, that kind of energy, yeah? So I did that, and I loved it, bro. I was like, right, I did it. Like, you know, I was like, I invited people. Some people bought tickets, which was even nicer because the tickets like £10 to £15 to just go in a room and basically let me show you some tunes that you'll never hear again. Let me show you some songs that are coming out soon. Here's some artwork, like just a different, you know what I mean? Like different experience. And then bam, so I've explained that. That was cool. And then, because I already knew COVID was active then, but it wasn't lockdown active. The Monday lockdown hit. I thought, no, we don't do the same. Like, it wasn't like,
I get
serious. It's like, yo, swear man, if you can. I don't know, whatever. So come Monday now, I'm like, right, if I didn't put that show on, if I didn't persist with that show, it would have been curtains. And plus, obviously, I didn't tell no one this, but I think on the day or the day before, about 20 people told me they can't come because of COVID. And they got messages from the NHS saying da-da-da-da. So I was like, rah. So I would actually have...
It was a great outcome,
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
It was a sick outcome. Yeah, literally, it was a sick outcome.
So, because obviously in that room it's small. If you would have put too much people, it would have been a bit, you know what I mean?
Too much.
So I appreciate what happened. And then obviously Monday come now. And obviously I've split my tour into a big space. It's not like 3 consecutive days. It was like one in April, one in May, one in March, one in April, one in May. So the April's coming now. And I'm like, rah, we're in a lockdown. Hopefully it'll be fine. So I ain't cancelled nothing. And then like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, I just said, you know, I ain't going to run because... like we're not even allowed out, like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, maybe May we should be good for because that was the maybe the London show. I can't remember the order. And then the next one comes out, it's May, and I'm like, can I even do it? And I was like, what am I inviting people to? And then, you know, the maddest part, bro, and obviously if I missed anyone, please let me know. I was asking people, I'm like, do you want your money back? I was like, nah, just hold that, man. Like, when the next one comes, just let me know.
Even I paid on the Eventbrite thing, bro. Came and supported the team.
I appreciate that because it's not even a financial. It's just saying that you haven't paid to necessarily I don't know, like you paid because you see the worth in it.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And I'm
It's
still
the value.
yeah,
in
man.
it.
And I'm still gonna put the shows on. It's just when I'm allowed to. You
Yeah,
get me?
yeah.
But I will, you know, rejig them for the space of for the climate. But realistically, I know it's like a long-winded answer, but the whole of the year since then have just been questions, bro. Like, okay, I made 5 pieces of income. Like I had 5 streams before March. After March, I had 1. Like and I say 1, I mean as in music slowed down, not in a sense of the interactions, but like performances, they're not there, festivals are not there, my show money's not there, so I'm like, cool. And then I fully took myself out of the space of merchandise and all that stuff because it took too much like pressure and time on me. But I was gonna do it for the shows and maybe build that back up. So it's like that's gone, and it's bare things gone, like even things with the BBC, and I was like, rah. And I just all that to do. So I made an EP called Need is Different from Want, because I started to understand that, like, literally it's in the title, bro. What I want's cool, but what I need isn't more important. So, and also the idea of like, you know, I want to put on these shows. But what do I need to do to get myself through this? You know what I'm gonna say? Like, but yeah, man, I could answer this question because this is a long-winded question.
That's fine, bro. Like, you're here to talk. It's your convo, man.
And it really was just a space.
People are gonna learn from this, so
hopefully. It was just a space of me just trying to figure out that's the honest truth, bro. And then not until realistically July, August, I felt a bit better, bro. And that's when money's come back in different spaces, and I really start taking in my BBC presenting, hosting space to kind of fund what I'm doing, bro. So now I'm back to like 6 streams, bro.
Yeah.
But they're all different to what they were in March. You get me, bro? So man, I have to give thanks, bro. Honestly, I have to give thanks.
Quality, man. Like, so when did you find value in yourself?
Oh, that's
as
a
an
deeper
artist?
one, bro. Value. I've never not had value in myself. I think like if someone's how do I explain? If someone's in a space where they're trying to create or build something with a community of people, or like, you know, create a product or a service, the first thing you need to have is or understand is the value of yourself. Because how can I sell you something that I wouldn't buy?
True.
How can I play music to you that I wouldn't listen to? How could I run a live or a BBC presenting show or whatever if I wouldn't listen to it? Like, so you know what I'm trying to say? And I mean listen to it as in, bro, I am my biggest fan. I just don't act like it like publicly. I listen to my tunes more than anybody else's, bro.
That's good.
My playlist is me. You know what I'm gonna say? Like, and I even get, if I make a tune, bro, and I know I've like patterned a flow that I haven't done before or a style or whatever, fam, I'm like, yo, I'm so sick. And I'm just being honest. That's because if you don't feel like that, it's like, why are you making anything for anyone? Like, I don't do the hosting, presenting, or the music or the editing because only I enjoy it. It's because it's like, or only because it's a job and it makes me money. It's because it's more so because I enjoy it, but it's more so because I see the value in what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
I'm giving you gold. Maybe you don't know yet. It's cool because I've got emails and messages and DMs where man are like, yo, when you got that tune 7 years ago, bro, I listen to it every day, but they didn't tell me till 7 years from now. So just, them energies make me know, rah, the value's there even when a man doesn't know. And it's cool because I said this as well, bro, and I'm alive the other day. I was like, I literally, the only reason or the main reason, and sorry, why I create products that are, you know, that you can, you know, either physically hold or physically or literally have is because when I'm dead, bro, that's all that there is of me, bro.
Real talk.
And if I was just a person keeping all this stuff to myself or keeping my laptop, cool. But the family will hold that. I want the world to like experience me. Even, I don't know, man. It could be some little you in Canada, bro. Like, it don't matter. Like, it's just like, and it's, I don't know if it's a self-assessed or like ignorant thing, but I just feel like you have to have that value is a bit of ego. It's confidence. I'm confident that what I'm saying to you is as close to as a fact as I can make it, bro. It's an opinionated fact, the way I'm talking. You know what I mean? And I've always felt like that, and I don't
opinionated fact.
No, but that's what, it's an opinion because I think it. But tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where it's not right.
You're wrong.
Like, explain it away for me. You can't, fam. And that's how I move, bro. Even like coming onto this podcast now, bro. My head's always like, the way I'm talking, it's because I'm making sure the words I'm telling you, I don't regret.
Yeah, of course.
Because I could just talk really fast and but I'm like, no, let me not regret nothing because we're in a social media space, fam. 3 seconds of this clip could go somewhere and go viral and go left. And when I say left, I mean like I don't know, I might say something about someone's religion and I might say it in the wrong way. So if I ain't thinking about what I'm saying, fam, I can't be up here talking confident, fam.
Yeah, of course.
And I can't be out here acting like I know this and you know what I mean? So I have to be respectful and be mindful, but also be true to what I think with clarity. And you can only do that by like going through your thoughts and just really taking time. You get me?
Yes. So with confidence, how do you remain confident? Because there's a lot of people that don't have that confidence. Trust me, yeah, you could put out a post on Instagram stories, and enough people would come back to you and say like, oh, I don't really have confidence. Where it's kind of been shocking for me to see how many people have come back to me and say like, I don't know that I've got value and confidence. But you're one person, when you walk, you talk, wherever you are, it's like an element of just confidence that just comes off you. So how do you keep that up?
There's two levels to it. So right now I'm not in a confident mode. And that's only because it doesn't require me to be here.
Okay.
And I mean that as in my energy. I'm lean forward. I'm chilled. I'm not like, yo, fam. Obviously, you get me? I'm not there. That's my confidence.
Yeah.
So I'm in my chill because being confident takes a lot of energy, fam. And I don't think people understand it. So right now I'm like vital, but I'm half vital. I'm just chilling right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the energy requires that. But in a sense of like where is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, straight away, bro.
The way it was obtained, fam, and I think this goes to, you know, having great guardians or parents or just people around you like uncles and aunties and whatever else that instill this energy. And obviously this stems from me watching my dad, me seeing my nan, me getting all this good embrace from my mum, just people around me bigging me up from young simply because I was either my mom's child or my dad's child. So just strangers like, yo, are you like, you know, that energy, fam. So
I get that
you know what I mean? That compiled with my mom saying I'm a king. My mom saying I'm beautiful. My mom saying I'm amazing. My mom saying I'm strong. When I did something wrong, my mom didn't say to me, you did something wrong, you're bad. She went, I always expect more from you because you're so good.
Yeah.
And that sentence there is a key like metaphor. You can take it how you want to how to, I feel, to raise somebody.
Yeah.
If you instill in a youth who knows nothing about the world, stop being bad. Why are you so bad? That was rude. That was rude. All of that energy, yeah? Then what they're hearing is that they are bad.
Yeah.
So if they're, you know, confronted with a situation that's good and bad, they might not subconsciously know, but you've told them to do the bad thing because you've told them that they're bad. But that same situation, if I'm confronted by it, I'm like, well, my mom's always said I'm smart, I'm better than this, I'm a king. So why would I do the bad thing?
Yeah.
Even if it's enticing, I have no real connection to the bad thing.
Yeah.
But the good thing might not be as enticing, but I know it's safe.
Yeah.
I know no one's gonna be upset with me. I know like these little things, bro. So honestly, it's about, just to make it simple, it's about young people having, you know, the support from whoever and things being instilled in them that allow them to understand how powerful they are, how, you know, good they are, how like extra, like in that space.
Yeah.
If we don't have that, fam, we have to find it ourselves, and that allows us to just go either way. If I was raised by myself in a jungle like Tarzan or whatever, bro, and I jumped into society, it would be the first person I seen that would influence the rest of my life.
Of course, 110.
If I seen a racist
Makes
person,
sense.
I would start saying, yo, if I seen a robber or a thief, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I seen a wise man from the church, I might be God fearing. Like, you know what I'm gonna say? So I just think we have to just understand that our smaller microaggressions and our, you know, basically the smaller things that we do, we just have to be mindful, especially when you're raising a youth, man. And it might sound bad. I gotta change my mind about this. I'm gonna say more so with a boy, but not really, bro, because like a boy in a negative position is just as bad as a girl in a negative position. And I mean that as in, it depends what you seem as good and bad, but I feel like a boy out here running with his anger, not thinking about things before he does it, beating up women, going jail, selling, like all of these things is like that side.
Yeah,
a woman out here potentially, this is how I see it, I could be wrong, but a woman out here just not believing in herself, not confident, not becoming the best you can be, selling her body, like, or whatever it might be. That's the other side as well. So it's like, to some people, them things are fine, but to me, I want the opposite of that for my kids.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's just, I'm aware of that. You know what I mean? I'm aware of that, and I just think every action causes a reaction, man. The butterfly effect.
I think your podcast is definitely a clear representation of what you're saying. So, like, could you kind of explain a little bit more about what your podcast is?
Do you mean the live that I do?
Yeah.
So I do. It's weird because it was never initially anything to do with podcast, but now I take that audio and I put it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify ones. But so every Wednesday, bro, 9 p.m. till 10. Sometimes it goes over, and I do an extra hour, extra 30 minutes. It's called Let's Talk About ... Us, because that us is almost like black people, humans, men, women. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It started from that space, but that's where it's gone to the point where I try not to speak about news things, like, I don't know, like Trump. I don't care about that, but I care about the effect, you get me?
Yeah, of course.
So it's almost like we've been talking about recently. My last live was about death, grief and loss and how to handle it.
Yeah.
And again, when I say us, I mean within the black community, because, bro, I don't know a lot of people that have died directly, but the ones that have, the energy of them just gets dismissed because no one knows how to handle it or deal with it or mourn it or respect it or show love to it. I had a youth in there, I had a young person, his name's T.A.S, and he was in the live, and we just reasoned about that. And then I had Taju. So T.A.S lost his friend to knife crime. Taju lost his nan recently. And that's two spaces of like things that happen to us normally that we don't really know how to deal with. And I don't mean everyone, but most people.
Most people.
You know what I'm going to
100%.
say? So let's talk about us in general, bro. It's just every week, it's whatever's going on. It's not news, but it's like, what's the common energy right now? And it might just be the common energy for me, and I'll see people relate to it. You know what I mean? The week before, we was talking about like that guy from Mitcham, the child abuser and all that stuff.
That was a madness,
bro. And
that conversation was a good one. Watch it all the way.
He's what I'm gonna say, bro. But it's not even him I'm talking about. It's what that man represents.
Yeah,
a black man in the community getting away with madness like that, because it's not always seemed as like, he's not the image for a paedophile. It's an old white man who's over 40.
Yeah,
that's what the image is. Yeah, stereotypically. So when you see him, you have to kind of question, like, bro, what's really wrong with him? Because but then you realize he's a man just like the old white man. So it don't matter. Like, there's women that are child molesters. You know what I mean? Big women. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I know certain brethren I've spoke to, and we have a deeper conversation. Because men are men, we don't always, like, if a girl molested, man, I'm like, nah, obviously, my inner light's calm. Like, I'm blessed. Does that make sense? Like, I wanted it to.
Yeah.
If a teacher grabbed me up when I was in year 3, not even if the teacher was ugly and I hated her, I'm like, yeah, obviously, teacher's onto, man. Like, that's how we react to it. You get me? And then I feel afraid to say, like, is that a problem, or are we comfortable with it, or have we been like, you know, have we been churned in a way where that's normality? And I don't know, because you flip the script, a big man can't do that to my daughter, bro.
Yeah, 100 real.
Everything dead, like, and that's quick, all my morals out the window, fam. You know what I'm gonna say, man?
Fast.
So I'm always in this puzzling place of, like, even when we chat about, I know we're still talking about, you know, let's talk about us, but when we talk about equality, can we be equal? Can we, like, not should we or when will we, but can we actually be equal as races, as gender, as, you know, sexual orientation?
I would love to say yes. But I would love to.
The more I think about it, I don't know.
I feel like a lot of people need to be removed from this planet on a whole different level. Like, quick, fast.
But I don't know. I just think it's
I would love for that to happen, because I've thought about that enough times. But
I just think that, like, because we are so indifferent, and we've all been, like, nurtured in a certain way to believe that men are this, women are that, gays wrong, or like, respectfully, racism is this, and to the point that, you know, a lot of white people, especially in England, even now, bro, don't understand that, you know, the sort of racisms are sometimes the worst. You know what I mean? So all these topics, bro, is what we talk about on the show. It's every week, and honestly, I don't plan it that deep. You know, I just, maybe 2 hours before, I'm like, yo, what's the common energy? Who can I reach out to? Let's see who's free. Come true, man. Just come true, because I feel like the more planned it is, the less real it is. And obviously that's only because I have the freedom to not plan it like that. If I was like, you know, if I brought this to the BBC, or I brought this to Apple Music, or, you know, the Apple Radio, then I would have to put some kind of energy. But I just feel, while I have the space to, let me just see how I can build this of natural energy.
Yeah.
And then since then, I've had like, bro, I've done it for, this is the 30th episode. I probably, just from that, because every time I come off, I see the followers. I've had maybe just under 1,000 followers since I started doing it, just from doing them lives.
That's sick.
And I think that's sick, bro, because when I started, I had 6,000 something. Now I got 7,000 something.
That's sick.
And I haven't really put out music in that time, so I know it's not the music.
So, like, I'm gonna get back into the music now. So, like, from the music front, like, what advice would you give to a new artist wanting to
get through? I'm really happy for this conversation because I'm in a good space right now. So my head's proper clear, and then but when I'm clear, I question everything. Like, So even that question now, I'm questioning the question, fam. Like, advice, and then I'm going back to my 14-year-old self. I'm like, did I need advice or did I need support? Like, I never needed advice, me personally. I needed someone to say, which is still advice, but I need someone to say, yo, come here because this is how you need to do it. And this is what you should do. And if you're going to spend that money, put it there instead. In fact, and just so you know, you might lose the money, but you have to be okay with that because you invest in yourself. And the same way you buy a cheeseburger, after you ate the cheeseburger, if you lost the money, bro, like the money didn't go anywhere, it just went on you, and now you're fat, so now you're going to burn it.
It's just the way that you looked at me when you said you lost the money.
You lost the money, bro. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing, fam. So
that was not an investment, bro.
It's not an investment, fam. You know what I mean? And it's like, advice, bro, it's like, honestly, just sometimes you have to just step back and just look like an outwards body moment and look at yourself and say, is this what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Does it look like you're going in the right direction? Is the trajectory correct? You're meant to be going that way, it should be that way. Who's around you? Why are they around you? Do you need them around you? Are they negative? But if the negative's there, is it helping you understand what you don't want to do? Like, there's so much questions you can ask yourself. And I feel the more questions you ask, the more clearer understanding, direction, path you can make or have for yourself, because you're chiseling away at this sculpture until it's perfect, and it'll never get perfect, but obviously you can chisel too much, but you're chiseling, so it's like, okay, I've got rid of all the excess, like none of this is needed, so let me just swipe away, put it in a bin, and now I can see what I'm trying to do. I can see it now. So from when you can see it, bro, you can do it, bro. And then the thing is, so that's one piece of advice. So the other one is, it's like, be mindful when it comes to time. So if you're 17 and someone says, yeah, you got loads of time, you don't. But same thing, when you're 30, a man says, yo, your time's run out, it hasn't. So what I'm saying is, don't be 17 and wait 10 years thinking you got bare time, because you just wasted 10 years. Don't be 30 and you've been working hard since you were 17 and think I've got no more time. No, you've got until you're dead, bro. So it's like
you're dead,
until
bro.
you're dead, like,
Yeah,
it's
real
honest truth.
talk.
Listen, like, there's certain artists, like, I'm sure Eminem, like, got big when he was like 27, 28. He just looks younger. Some like, what's his name? My man, the black guy who always plays God in everything.
Plays God in
What's his name, man? He's got freckles and grey hair, man. Bruce Almighty, he's the God in that.
That black geezer. Yeah, I know
his
him.
name. Well,
Morgan Freeman.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, that's good, bro. I didn't even think of that name.
Thank you, bro. But him now, he only like got through when he was like 50 something.
Yeah.
He's been, we've only known him old, fam. You have to understand. And he's been in the game 20 something odd years.
And he's killing it.
Killing it, bro.
Yeah.
What's his name? Samuel Jackson, fam. He got in the game when he was like 50 or 40 something.
Yeah.
Been in the game, still going hard. Like, my point is just like, sometimes what you're trying to create won't work now. That's why you have the time.
Yeah.
Because if you get your bringing or your moment too early, it rarely comes back. So just work at it, because when it's ready, fam. And you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, bro. When it's ready,
it's
bro.
ready,
I get you. Because when with a few things, when I got a client, and I thought to myself, I went through all the past tribulations and craziness, but learned from that to get in a client that paid some ridiculous money. That was that.
Yeah, man.
I've got it moment.
Yeah, man. I can compare it to...
Actually, that's what's that moment for you?
All right, before I get to that, hold that. I can compare it to the idea of baking or cooking. Put something in the oven, you can put the something up to 250 or 200 or whatever. Yeah. And it'll get done quickly. But it might not taste good. It looks done on the outside, but the inside.
I'm gonna like, sometimes that's me.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But if you do the slow cook thing, it takes longer, but yo, it's cooked through, fam. And you might even take it out halfway and just season up a little, and then you push it back in. You know what I'm saying? Like you
give it too
no,
much.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Man, drop the salt way on top, you know.
What you say? What's the moment for me?
Yeah, that moment, like you're like, I'm vital, like. Boom.
Okay. There's been multiple for the families. So when I dropped Wickedest, this is like 2012. Fam,
Yeah.
I was like, raw man can go. You know, I'm seeing money from shop, bro. There's a moment when I dropped Wickedest, whatever that summer was, 2012, 2013. I can't remember. And from no lie, from March till September, there wasn't a week I didn't have a booking, fam.
Yeah.
Minimum £100, £300, £400, £500.
Sick.
Minimum. So I was like, yeah, fam. I had no girl. Yeah, I was 2012. I had no girl. Like, I was doing my thing, fam. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, living up my mom. So, no, yeah, fam. It was nice. Yeah. You get me, them reality slaps you, fam. You're like, oh, okay, this money, I should have saved it. So I should have put it somewhere. So. And then, I don't know, man. So that was one moment. Another moment was when I dropped Love for Grime.
Yeah.
He went, he got playlisted. I got like loads of good PRS from it. Mm-hmm. It got played on Channel AK when I was active. It got played on other TV stations like Flavor. Mm-hmm. What else? Bare things happened in that single. It got playlisted. It got playlisted on Spotify. This is before Spotify was a thing. Mm-hmm. So I've got playlists. I saw the email. I didn't even know what it meant, fam. You get me? And then now I was like, yo, I'm like, yo, I've been played. I didn't even know. So, and my point is, there's just like little moments. So another one again is when I did the Power Show, the first show in Wolverhampton I did. Big show, man. I had like over 300, 400 people there. Yeah. Kids, adults, elderly, family, friends, supporters. Like, just everyone was there. Everyone I've ever, like, can I swear?
Yeah.
Everyone I've ever fucked with ever was in that room, fam.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah,
Give or take a person. Like, even my dad was there, my nan was there, my mom was like, everyone was there, fam. And my girl was there, and I was like, I remember there's a moment, because I did the whole show. I had bare artists on there. It was like bare kids, bare big artists, bare people from like Zio and like
yeah.
And then the end, I did Dead or Dying, and that was my tune of that year. That's the tune I was pushing that year. And then I did it, and I cried, fam, just before I got to the last part, because I looked at everyone, fam, and every girl, dad, mum, nan, my girl's family, my friends, young people that I've mentored, people that I've supported me for years, DJs that helped me with Wickedest, people that I don't know, singing along, so like real fans, like you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm like looking, and I'm like raw, and I say something like, I can't remember the lyric, man. It gets to me certain time unless I'm in the music, but
yo, like, this is inspiring story, bro.
No, but it's deep, man, because I'm there.
Sick,
and
man.
I said something like, I can't remember. I feel frass. And I was like, I'm gonna do this till I'm dead, till I'm dying. And then I just when I did it, my voice cracked, fam. My voice cracked, and I was like, and I remember doing it, and then my cousin was behind me, Marty, and he held me up, fam. But he held me up metaphorically, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I had my brother Sam, I had Jinx, I had my brother, and I was like, and my cousins and my younger brother whose birthday is today, Giovanni, and they were all around me, fam. I was like, yo, you watch Dragon Ball Z and them things there, fam? Yeah. I felt like I went Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan times a million, fam. But I was crying, no, like, I felt like I was balling in the rain, like, yo, that shit was beautiful, fam.
I'm in bits.
Fam, you don't understand. And I said, I remember when it finished, because like, it just hit 11. And I looked at the guy who runs Slade Room and goes, can I do 5 more minutes? He goes, yeah, because he was loving it, fam. Yeah. I go, yo, we doing it again, fam. Because I needed that feeling again, fam. The second time wasn't as quick as the first time, fam. And I got it on video as well, you get me? Yeah. But the second time, I could experience it a bit better, because I was more in it. I was in the emotion that time. But, bro, and I held my mom's hand. I say something about, I can't even think right now, I don't know why, but I'll say something about, when I buy 21, I said I'll get my mom a house, and I goes, hopefully it looks like I'm trying, or something like that. I can't remember the lyric. And then I've grabbed that, boy, I'm doing it, bro. And there's a video, someone caught the video, the moment, fam, on the phone as well, so it's more real, isn't it? And then I jump up and I hold in her hand, because I'm gonna do this till I'm dead, I'm dying. Yo, fam. Sick. Fam, sick, so I take it back. Fuck all the other moments. That was the greatest moment, fam. That's when I said, yo, nothing can ever stop me. Even when things go left, I proved to myself in my city, with people from my city, that, you know, with no money, fam, no bringing, no one, I had no, what's the word, like, you know, support backing on that. Other than my brethren, Sam from CGUK, bro, he did, I don't want to put his business out there, but he definitely helped me with that, bro. And I have to just, like, financially, just being there, like, just supported, bro. And I had all my bridges there just doing their bit, bro. That was like one of the greatest I can't even say moment, but feelings, fam.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, you know me, man, I don't make like mad scatty music about
Nah.
So it was just clean-hearted people
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
of
There was
course.
no weirdness, bro. Don't get me wrong, the police were trying to stop it because I'm black, but that's their problem, not mine.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful, bro. And I remember that night finishing.
I'm proud of you still.
Fam.
Fully.
Me and my brothers went to Stafford, yeah, and I was just there, just drinking, fam. I was like, cause I was trying to go back to that moment, man. You get me? Mad.
Man, that
I
is
think
so
it's
sick.
trust me.
What
But
would
yeah.
you say to your 18-year-old self?
What I say? Go harder and make some more money. And I would only say that. No, that's conceited, fam. Fuck that. I would say that, but it would be more like, go hard and make more money, but really think about what you're doing, bro, and how you're spending the money. Do you need to buy that iPhone for like £500, bro? Like, do you need it? Like, why not get the older one, fam? Like, do you need it? And I would talk to myself. I would force that energy in my head, and I would like, do I need to? I don't know, buy that night tracksuit when I've already got 6 that are the same. do I need like? Because them little pieces of money, fam, could have saved me from bare situations or helped me pay for certain situations quicker or in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, one thing I don't ever regret is buying all my camera equipment, having a car all the times that I did, like the different cars. Basically, buying the things that help things be more convenient for me. You know what I mean? Buying a Mac when I did, getting it, like working at Apple I actually worked at Apple so I get a discount on the products so I could buy them. I got Final Cut and Logic.
Sick guy.
Come on, fam. I got Logic and Final Cut Pro free because when you work there, they give it to you free.
Yeah.
That's £400-500. Like, I
Discounted,
don't have to
just
spend,
done.
fam.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna go into Apple's in a workings, but like when you work there, you get good discounts, fam. Things seem, it's like you're buying PC computers, fam. It's nice, you get me? So, and then what's cool is a lot of that stuff I've sold off.
Yeah.
And then bought newer ones, but haven't lost any money in the transaction.
Yeah.
And then it's weird. So my first Mac is, if I want to think about it as like currency, I probably bought like 4 Macs since I had a first Mac, and each one is paid for the other. Because I keep my stuff in good condition and I get rid of it before it gets old.
Yeah.
So I might have added £100 or £200 here. So even though the advice is, you know, like, be mindful what you buy, but I just kind of I respect myself for thinking forward and like buying, for example, whatever phone I did, whatever computer I did, whatever camera, whatever lens I did, that could be resold and help me to buy my next thing.
Yeah.
Because when you're 14, you ain't got £500 every day.
Yeah.
You ain't got £1,000 every day. So if your mom helps you buy something, how can you repurpose that to keep growing? You get me? So I think, I know I've said a lot, but if I put it down to what I think I would tell myself is keep repurposing what you have gained, because, you know, not everyone's rich at the age of 14, 15, 18, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Independent or major?
I'm a major independent fan, that's why. I'm a major.
Sick answer.
If Sony come today and say, yo, we got $1 million for you, and we want to sign you, but just for clarity, the $1 million doesn't mean I hold $1 million. It means I have £1 million to utilize. That will have to be recouped at some point. So if I got signed for $1 million, I would have to make $1 million before I make any more money. So I wouldn't have any more than $1 million until I've made the $1 million. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
And even
it's a loan.
Yeah, it's a loan. It's a loan, and then even then, if I use it frivolously, I'm just stuck because now I'm gonna sell all these liabilities and get less money back just for a quick ride when I really should have just rented the Ferrari instead of buying it. You know what I'm gonna say? Like, so. If they came to me with that energy, and the contract was like, all you have to do, it depends on the contract. All you have to do, for example, this is not a way it would really happen, but is release one project with us, and we will own all the rights, because that's how it happens more time. Yeah. Or if they own 80% of the rights, that will be fine as long as it had a cut-off point for a year. So you can own it for a year from the release. After that, it all comes back to me. Yeah. Because that way, hopefully, you can recoup what you can, and I'll make money off the back end if it goes big. Like, after a while, I would have had my £1 million. I wouldn't have used most of it because I'm at an older age now. I know that. Bro, you ever like receive a good piece of money and your younger self would have just went shopping?
Yeah,
But your newer self is like, Let me just find where can I put this? Can I put this in stocks? Can I just put it in the bank? Can I open an ISA with this just for now? Can I give it to my mom and say, yo, I bet you just hold that so I forget that it was even there because I don't want to tempt myself to buy something I've been thinking about buying. Yeah. So with the mill, fam, I'll cut it up. So at least half of that I would give to my mom to hold. I know it sounds silly. I could just have it. I want to pretend it's not there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Then I would,
because you know if it's in arm's reach,
yeah, it's long,
some madness.
Long, and I would do something like if I want to access it. Once I activate that, it takes 30 days for me to access it. So it allows me time to just say, you know what, it's cool, just leave it. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then I know this isn't the question, but this is the only way I can answer it. Yeah. I would basically split all that money so I can kind of make that money back from that money. Yeah, some way, shape or form. I'd figure that out. I would call, I don't know, accountants in and say, yo, how can we flip this or whatever in it or whatever, or traders. And if it was built that way, where I could basically recruit that money so I can give them back their money, so I'll just use it as like a little investment thing, I would do it. And as long as the project, it was one project and it was for a year that they had, if they could have all the things for that year, it wouldn't matter because I know that I could make it on the back end in the future. Then I would be okay with that 100%. And I would do that. But if that isn't the deal, independent for life, fam, because freedom, like no one can tell me, yo, Vital, don't swear in that song, you mad, bro. Yeah. Or don't talk about Black Lives Matter, or don't talk about how you feel and the things that you've gone through, or don't sing. Like, no, bro, I'm doing what I want. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that signing a label takes away creative freedom, but the execution also matters too, like how I release it, when I release it, if I release it, if I want to perform it. You know what I mean? Some tunes are not made to perform, they're just made for you to hear. Just take this in and tell me how you feel. You know what I mean? So the answer, short answer, independent, bro. Major independent, fam. Yeah. Always.
How do you get your music played on the radio?
Well, when I was on radio, I just put it in the thing and press play. It depends.
Just for like the newbies that want to just be out here, just say, yo, listen, I'm taking it serious and I need people to listen.
What people can do is, first and foremost, whoever you're sending your music to, don't kill yourself and find 100 DJs and presenters and hosts. Just find 2. Have a relationship with them, as in a situation where you know them, they know you, they like who you are as a person. Suggest, yo, I've got music and I would love for you to play it. That was one of the reasons why I even connected with you. Just be open, because people don't like the fake thing, man. I don't like the fake thing anyway. They might never play your music, but at least you'll get an understanding of how they work because you're now friends with that person. Yeah. AKA how other DJs, presenters, and hosts work. So once you understand the inner workings, you might get a 2-play, you might get a 5-play, you might get playlisted, whatever. Then just start slowly like branching out, man. It's just like people want to get played on 1Extra and Radio 1, but they don't think about like the community radio stations, the pirate radio stations, the lower level mainstream stations. Because if I got played on all of those and never got played on Radio 1 or 1Extra, I would make maybe the same money, but those are more accessible. Also, don't discourage internet radio, because you might not get PRS and paid from it, but you'll definitely get exposure if they got a big enough platform, reach, like No Signal in Birmingham. They're new. They get like 80,000 people locked into their show every time. It's just a link on the internet, fam. You get me? But that's what you should do. The how, like the more specific how, it's just, I don't want to say just create an email, and it's not like, you have to connect with people. Like when Wickedest got played, I reached out to every DJ that I knew, that where my dad or my mom or my uncles or my aunties and that used to go out and see these DJs. I'm like, oh, so they play dancehall. That's what they do. Oh, they know my dad and my mom. Cool. Let me just, here's a tune for you. I'm gonna do a dub plate. A dub plate is when you have a song and you manipulate some of the words or the intro or the outro or whatever and put the DJ's name on it. Everyone in music has an ego, no matter what it is. So I give away about 5 to 10 of those free, because I got mics up in my room at the time. Record that, big them up, gas them up, bro. Make them feel like they're the coldest, fam. Coldest. And then you say, yo, I want to send you something. You know, I'm telling you done it. And it's like, oh, what is it? Oh, yeah, send it through. I'm like, it's just something that I made for you, bro. So let me know what you think. And you keep it calm. Yo, but this bud, yo. And the thing is, they ain't even heard the lyrics yet.
That's the response to the DJ.
Fam, I'm just a Jamaican space. I think it works different for everywhere else, but you can still do dubs for like anyone.
For anyone,
But the point is, when you make them hear the song by basically hearing their own ego.
Yeah.
It allows you to be accepted in that space.
Yeah.
So when you send them an next tune, it doesn't have their thing on. They might play it, they might not, but they're listening.
Yeah.
And then you might send another one with their, and then you kind of just ease off and see, is it have me sending, like you sending a music where you've dubbed it, has it helped you? If it hasn't, then stop doing it.
Yeah, of course.
And allow them to pay for that service now, because you give away free, you've given a sample. So now they have to pay for it if they want the full thing.
Yeah.
And you just repeat that process. And the thing is, no matter how big or small you are, fam, Adele has done dubs, fam. She's done it at the Red Bull Clash for whoever. Like people do dubs, like a specialized song for a DJ. And at the end of the day, it's just find one person, target them, and just pattern up, man. That's it, man. And most time you won't get played, but that's the game. And then that's the DIY way. The other way is pay for someone to do it for you. Pay for someone to send it around. That's like PR and stuff like that. But you're talking £500 to 10 grand, depending on what you're trying to do and who you're paying. And then the other thing is like the PR stuff. Yeah. So like you can spend anywhere from 500 to like up to 10 grand. If you're like respectfully not known, no matter how much money you spend on your music, it's gonna be very difficult for anyone to listen to it, because the DJs need to recognize the name. So maybe you spend some money on collabs first and put yourself next to people that are are vetted in that area.
Yeah.
Then you do a PR, because now they don't know you, but they know the other guy on the track or the girl on the track. So now they play that tune like, yo, my man's the tune for the guy from that.
Yeah.
So when he sends you the music, now you go back to DIY. They'll accept it because he only gives quality.
Yeah.
He's not, you know what I'm gonna say? Like DJs ain't got time to listen to like 100 tracks. They don't. So if they know you, they just pick out who they know.
Yeah.
Simple.
Real talk.
You know what I mean?
Vital, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the podcast, on the show. And I want to say this, I told you before, but like I totally appreciate you when you invited me onto the show on BBC as well.
Always
and you know what I did? I raw recorded the whole thing when I got to and chopped that up and downloaded that, bro. I was so gassed, I'm not even gonna lie. And I appreciate how much energy that you bring to other people, the community, just to everything. So it's definitely a pleasure and to have you on the show, but also just keep on doing what you're doing. I'm glad that you got to share your experience and your journey and when you found value, like when you was on that stage and you was with your mom and then how you felt. Like those feelings, those moments are like amazing. They're gold. They're amazing. You can't buy that. Like the value and stuff like that. And everything that you've mentioned, even from the business perspective, it's definitely going to help people that are watching this. Yeah, man, I totally appreciate you, bro.
I was in love, my brother.
Can you tell everyone how they can reach out to you?
Simple. iamvital.co.uk. That's the website. All social networks it's at and then VITAL and then 0. So the character, not the word. Vital 0. That's the best way to find me. I'm most active on Instagram, and then maybe Twitter, and then maybe Facebook, Snapchat, all the other stuff. Yeah, man, reach out to me, man. I do the lives every Wednesday, 9 p.m. I told myself I'm going to do them for a minimum a year. I'm on 30 episodes right now. And a lot of those episodes extend to like part 1, part 2. So loads of hours of like at least 40 hours, I would say, of content then.
Sick.
And we're going to run to at least episode 52 and see if we can do the full year. And after that, I might change what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, because you have to elevate, bro. You have to tweak and change and see, readjust and look back and see if it works. But yeah, check me out there. Yeah, man, I always got new music coming out. Right now, Roses and Escape are the tunes that are out.
Tune Escape. It's a banger.
Thank you.
It's a banger. I heard that one tune. I was like, what? Yo, the flow and everything. I was like, sick.
And I think by the time this is like out there for the people, then I got a tune called Too Savage.
Okay.
And that's like Michael Jackson meets, that's like Smooth Criminal meets Kendrick Lamar. Nah, that's no. Drake. I don't know. It's just got it's like a Smooth Criminal with a jazz energy, but it's current, fam. So
okay,
it's mad.
Sick. Audience, listeners, viewers, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in and listening. Please like this content. Leave a comment down below for myself or for Vital. Share this with an entrepreneur, an artist, a creative that needs to hear these words. And if you watch this back or listen to this back, you're going to get 2 times the knowledge that you actually got the first time you listened to it or watched it. So I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Theodore Hoffman. I'm here with Vital. And thank you for tuning in to the Huffington Post.
Oh my God.